Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is normally not a video I would make, but this is pretty important to me. This is a unboxing video of the Dakota digital cluster for first generation Dodge pickups. This was a custom build I had done, so I had a 4K tach and I had the speedometer changed to 120 mile per hour, if I remember correctly. It's a black cluster with red LED lights to match the red on my old truck. I want to get to it. I'm going to open it up and we'll see what's inside. I also added a dimmer switch to this because I'm going to not use the factory switch no more. So we got a box inside a box so far. Make sure there's nothing around, which there is something around. This also looks like this is our control box module, wiring harness, and some stuff. We'll open this up now in a minute. Get this out of the way here. What else we got? We have our cord that goes from the cluster to the box. So, assuming the cluster is in this. Alright. So, here's our cluster. This is a VHX model from Dakota Digital. Crack this open. I had to wait about 6 weeks, I want to say, for this because it's a custom build. I'm not sure if there's a shorter time frame for something that is not modified. So I think our cluster out. Anything else in there, so we'll get rid of this box. Get over here. I'm gonna bring this piece of foam over just in case. So here it is. It's wrapped up. The packaging is pretty good. They shipped it FedEx, and it's not supposed to be here for another week or so. So it was really quick. So we'll crack this open. Cut this here. If you haven't been following along, I'm putting this in my 88 Cummins RC. We're doing a full wiring harness this winter along with this dash. Sorry. So here it is. Looks pretty sweet. Take the plastic off there now. Alright. So I'll bring it up here. Here it is. I'll get rid of this light sway. So up close we have a 4K tach, 120 mile per hour speedometer. I didn't get it in kilometers because this is a US vehicle. I'm in Canada, but it only made sense to keep it in miles. Our oil pressure, battery, fuel, and coolant gauge. I like how everything's all to one side. This is a super slick unit. Very heavy actually compared to the stock. Looks like a Cat 5 cable. Correct me if I'm wrong. Crazy how it's built. They did a really good job with this. I'm just going to grab another cluster and lay them side by side. Alright, so we got our original cluster out. They obviously use the same mounting points, top and bottom. Over here originally was the battery and coolant temp. Now we have our tach. I believe when you order this from Dakota Digital, it's a 7 or 8K tach, but if you have a diesel, it's never going to be that high, so it's worth it to change it down. The speedometer never changed. We'll also gain our mileage down here. I believe you can change it one time. So this truck actually has 145,000 miles on it, so we're going to change it to 145 since it's rolled over once. Our fuel gauge and oil pressure, but we all have them all here as one unit now. Alright, so I want to get into what comes with your cluster. Obviously, your control box. So this is our control box. This is a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I did take the dash out of my truck. Probably a good thing I did, because I got to figure out where I'm going to mount this to. But here's what it is. Input and output. I do like the fact that it has a 4x4 light included. Way to start, cruise. You can buy from Dakota Digital, they're like a gear selector switch, so it'll tell you what gear you are in if you have an automatic. Speed signal, tach, we're going to be using that obviously. Oil sender, fuel, pretty much everything you need. It's a clean unit. Pretty cool. It's nice that there is a company out there to do it. They give you a quick start guide. I went on their website and downloaded the full manual, so we'll be using that for a reference. In here, another bag. Never cut that enough. Different cables, assuming for temperature sensors. Another one here. That bigger one is for the speed sensor harness, from what I can see here. It looks like we got our sensors here. These look like 1/8 MPT and various adapters. We don't have a big enough one here for the Cummins. We're going to need a 3/4 to 1/8 MPT. But there is a 1/2 inch included, but you want to put it in the rear of the head on a Cummins. This is another sender here. Doesn't specify what's on the box, but okay, this is their speed sender. So this will go in your T case. Uses VSS, I guess, and calculates your speed instead of the cable drive. Pretty cool how they do that. The part number is on it. Hopefully, if anything ever goes wrong down the road, they can sell me individual parts. And over here, what do we have? Our cable goes from our control box to our cluster. So some sort of switch controller. Something for the box. And a brass speedo adapter included in this as well. That cable is a Cat 5e cable. This is the actual installation manual as well, as far as I can see. And everything's explained. Setting your clock, fuel setup, tach calibration. Lots of stuff on here. Pretty simple. Good way to clean up the wiring on a first gen. That's my plan. I'm using a universal harness. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff and wiring this in. The only other thing I have ordered is the dim switch kit, which it was 40 bucks. So I'm not using the factory first gen dimmer switch no more. I'm going to be using the one supply. This doesn't come with the kit. I added this on, but pretty simple and clean. It's going to look good in there. So that's pretty much it. That's all it comes with. Hopefully people out there looking to buy this cluster, just to help them out, to show them what it comes with. I know on the website it tells you, but it's nice to be able to see it. The only other thing I wanted to do was show people the size of this control box, because I was very deceived online about how big this was. For example, this box is about 5 inches long, about little over 4 inches wide. You're going to want a decent spot to mount this. There's not much room on the driver's side for first gen to be able to mount it if you're using factory heater controls and whatnot. So I'm thinking I might have to change my plan of where I wanted to mount this originally. I wanted to mount it in the driver's side, but I might end up mounting it somewhere in the center of the dash or in the behind the glove box. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to post up more videos about this and continue on with this project over this winter. So if you're watching this, thank you. Please make sure to like and subscribe.